Okay, nice simple episode of 2 Minute Tuesday this week. Basically, it's a question that we get asked by an awful lot of clients, whether they are looking at buying a piece of land and building a new build property on there, or if they already own a piece of land and they have a house on there, what capacity the land has for extra building. So it's a question we're asked an awful lot by clients on a weekly basis, so we thought we'd do a quick episode on it. So welcome to this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hundon Valley Homes. Okay, so the first sort of thing we need to think about when we're talking about what you can build on is sort of the zoning of the property. So there are two major classifications of land that we need to consider. We have urban land. So urban land is cities, towns, villages, or urbanisation. So if you're familiar with the Hundon Valley, we have urbanisation La Montagnosa. So the land that is within the urbanisation is classed as urban land, although it's in the countryside. And then obviously all of the properties in and the immediate surroundings of the village are urban land. And then we have rustic land, which is campo, which is countryside land. So that is all of the land that is outside of the villages. So, everything that you see that isn't rustic land. And then we have things like protected rustic, but then the clue is in the title as to what you can build on protected land, next to nothing. So we'll start with urban land. Now again, each municipality will have slightly different rules. So what I'm saying now is a general rule. However, you need to check with your local town hall, with the architect or the planning office in your local town hall as to what you can build. Now on urban land, because the plots are generally smaller, because the land is an awful lot more expensive, because it's generally connected to electricity, mains, sewers, fast internet, street lights, tarmac roads, all this sort of thing, then you are allowed to build on a higher percentage than you would on rustic land. And so in general, in urban land, you can build on anything from 25%, which is the case here in Hundon. So in the urbanisation, you can build on 25% of the land. And in some places, you can build on 50, 75% of the land. So if you go down the hill from here into Alberterra and you look at some of the properties there, you'll see that the whole of the plot has a property on it. And so with a lot of the village houses, you'll find that the village house fills the whole plot. But in La Montagnosa, where we are here, it's 25%. So if you have a plot of land of 500 square metres, then you can build on 125 square metres of the land. That's the footprint. So you can have a property that's bigger than that. You can have a property that's 200 square metres, but realistically 125 square metres will be the ground floor, and then any extra, the 75 square metres, would be above. So that's urban land. The next classification, as I mentioned earlier, is rustic land. Now on rustic land, to prevent overpopulation, overdevelopment, protect the environment and the ambience of the area, the percentage of land that you can build on is much, much lower. And in general, it will be between, so for example, here in the Hundon Valley, it's 2%. And you must have a plot of a minimum size of 10,000 square metres. So you need 10,000 square metres to begin with, and you can build on 2% of that, which is 200 square metres. So again, you can have a property with a footprint of 125 square metres on the ground floor, and then you can have 75 square metres on the first floor, or you can have a square box with 100 and 100, or you can have 150, and then the top floor can be 50 square metres with the master bedroom, ensuite, and a terrace. It's up to you how you do it, but basically on the 2%, if you had 125 square metres or 150 square metres on the ground floor and you built on the first floor, you would have spare capacity to build something else. So you can go up to the 200 square metres. Obviously, it's always worthwhile before committing with the builder. You need planning permission and you need the licenses. So when your builder or your architect approaches the town hall, firstly the builder and architect will know the rules, but they will approach the town hall, and then the town hall will look at the paperwork and act accordingly. You'll also find out that there are small little rules that each individual town hall or municipality may have. So for example, in certain areas they insist that you have a facade of your plot of land adjacent to an asphalt road, to a proper road. And so in some areas you must have 30 metres access, and this is to stop people building in the middle of forests and things like this. So it's quite a confusing and sort of complicated thing, but realistically, if you take the advice of your architect and your lawyer and your builder, then you won't have any problems when all your plans are presented to the town hall, because those people will know the requirements of that particular town hall and be able to get you the best results possible. But just so that you don't think that you can build carte blanche, you can build a house, a pool, a summer kitchen, a garage, a casita, which is the most commonly asked for extra building on a property. And you won't be able to build those legally without having the correct licenses and permissions and falling within the build requirements. So that's it for this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday. I think I've waffled more than I thought I was going to, but then if you watch these, you know I normally do. So if you have any questions about this or any of the other topics, or you're interested in buying a house in and around the Hondon area, you're looking at selling a property in the area, then please feel free to drop me a line. My details are on the screen at the moment, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So until the next episode, have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you then. Till then, adios.